It's the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Kansas City Chiefs.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to one of the most storied postseason venues in the league. Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, sold out once again.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp throughout the season to get to the playoffs. Intensity level will be off the charts.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And he comes off of a really good regular season with over 4,000 yards passing. And now in the playoffs, people always ask the question, do you continue to play the way you played in the regular season? Do you turn it loose? Or do you tone it down a little bit? I think you've got to be smart. But make sure you show the defense something they haven't seen before.
He'll start the drive here with Pacheco. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
It may be only a gain of 3 yards, but that back, he deserves a lot more credit on the play. That could have easily been stopped at the line, but his vision and his determination found some space to turn it into that modest gain.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Third play of this opening drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 3.
They'll try for the first with Pacheco.
That is not going to be any help as they dump it behind the line of scrimmage. So much for picking it up on the ground on 3rd down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stuff them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here that if you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
And he comes into these playoffs bringing a team that's been battle-tested, won the division, and earned the home playoff game here in round 1. But every year they know that a division champ, it feels like, gets beat. They don't want to be that team. They have to avoid the overconfidence and make sure they play the same way they played during the regular season, mistake-free and with passion.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45. Second down and 6 now. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line.
It's a Pittsburgh 1st down, a gain of 13.
And this is what you want to do in the first half of a playoff game. Get the running game established. He was a big part of their run to a division title. So they're going to rely on him to carry a heavy load here in the playoffs. He rips off a nice run there.
And he lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they will set up shop at their own 41-yard line. Well, he's not the starter coming in, getting his first carry off the bench. That's not the way to earn more carries.
You have to stay in the game, even if you're not on the field, right? Stay mentally sharp, stay ready, and above all, when you get into the game, hold on to the football. Don't let the other team have it.
Here's Pacheco to begin the drive.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
From the 43, here's a 2nd and 8. Toss right side to Pacheco.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
The threat of a second straight punt to start the game is looming as they come up 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes.
He'll drop this off to Pacheco.
And he can only get this to the 42-yard line. And that is not near enough. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Partner, I think that completion takes the definition of dink and dunk to a different level, doesn't it?
It does, and the defense was right there, kind of played into their hands.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away.
That'll go as a 42-yard punt, but a net of 32. They had a 10-yard return. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. And they got across the 50 last time, but fumbled and turned it over, so they'll be looking to have a short-term memory here, Mr. Davis.
Not only a short-term memory, but a whole lot better ball security. Because if they take care of the ball, continue to move it, their chances of scoring some points, they've got to feel pretty good about. They thought they had things moving in the right direction last time. Fumbles, they don't just affect you on offense, they affect your overall team because now your defense has to make that stand up.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Balled it to 26, 2nd and 7.
From the shotgun, Griffin. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, that was his first target of the game, and it's going to take at least one more target to get him on the board. Took a nice substantial hit to jar that catch loose from him. Incomplete pass.
Here's Griffin. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete.
Inside the 10.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. 74 yards.
And the Steelers will strike first here in this wild card matchup.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now this Chiefs offense gets set to go again.
They're still in search of an initial first down as they come up here 1st and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one.
A run by Pacheco on second down.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. Now here's Mahomes. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Well, they've been fighting and scratching and clawing for that first sack in the game, and it turns out to be a big one. Not just a short one right there behind the line. First one they get, 10-plus yards on the guy who has the legs to escape most of these.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann.
And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 30.
An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Good running right there. And this is a man who was a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They run with Ford. And down inside the 35, he goes to the 32-yard line. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. Play action. Now Griffin. Now a leaping catch. He's got it. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 17-yard line. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs.
But normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. From 17 yards out.
And the Steelers are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Extra point attempt to come here. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was all finished off by the 17-yard touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First catch of this wild card game for a 1,000-yard receiver in the regular season. He's got a 1st down, too.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. He'll get this up to the 47 and brought down there.
We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Mahomes now to throw. He's got Mason complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 8.
Mahomes going to throw. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 29-yard line. Now a timeout called for by the defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
They'll run out of the gun with Pacheco.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Here's Mahomes to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Mark that as a gain of 16 to set him up 1st and goal.
Nothing the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Chiefs with the football as we start the 2nd quarter. 1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. His pass caught at the 4. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. And he went in route there from the slot for the completion.
Love how he runs his routes because it's all setting up your defender. Give him a little something one way, take it the other way. Head and shoulder fake. Sometimes you make one step to the outside, then break it inside. Really well run route.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Pacheco powering his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run.
That's going to be taken at the goal line, and he'll return it. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Getting set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the 2nd quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
And in a situation like this, you're in the 2nd half with the lead, trying to get to the division round. They're going to let him do his thing on the ground, and that's a great run there to pick up a 1st down.
They run on 1st down as they're able to get this forward for about 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Here's Griffin. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 42. That one good for 16 as the drive continues.
And after After that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So they go from one 42-yard line to the other as they come up now 1st and 10. This is Ford. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
I would think as a play caller, you want to look for some quick hitters to your tight end. Any type of a route to replace where that linebacker was. Because when you saw the speed with which he reacted and stuffed that play, maybe use that speed against him in the future.
Now Griffin on 2nd down. He finds his man, complete. It's Chambers. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 30. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Let's go. Tighten up, tighten up.
On the ground, it's Ford. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. From the 24 now, here's a 2nd and 4. Now it's Griffin. That's going to be caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. That one goes for 24 yards.
Oh, nice job there putting the ball right in the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get in to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half. And the Steelers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. KC's offense ready to take over. A strong showing their last time out. They scored the touchdown, but Charles, they look up and they're still down double digits, so you feel like just to keep pace, this drive probably needs to end in the end zone as well.
Yeah, and I think the best move for them is to not worry about how far they are down on the scoreboard, but to just remember the last drive and how it ended. Go ahead and try and repeat that. Then you can look at the scoreboard and see where this game is.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You know, it's not just all athleticism from defensive linemen. Let's give them a little credit for their football intelligence as well. Read and react by them, understood the play call, and stacked it up and stuffed the run.
On play action, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
Yeah, to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, you got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit. We're not even at halftime.
And it's field. Now a hit and a loose football.
And it looks like the defense has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. Was hoping to make a play there on the return with his speed. Instead, he makes a play for the other side.
Yeah, and how many times have we heard coaches say, you know, sometimes it's not really about those X's and O's we draw up. It's about those Jimmies and Joes. And when you have a punt returner, he's one of those Jimmies and Joes, one of the best athletes. He's unable to make the play that they were seeking, though.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
And complete right side to Cook. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
We said it before the game, and I think it's still apparent. If these guys are going to advance in these playoffs, they're going to have to wreak some havoc coming off the edge.
Yeah, wild card round. They told us the wild card could be that defensive pressure. They showed it there.
Here's Braden Mann now.
As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. 52 yards rushing for him in this first half as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. In need of only about the length of the football here on second down.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On second down, it's Ford. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 12 yards that time and a Pittsburgh first.
So right now what I'm seeing an offense just firing off the ball a lot quicker than they can react. And not only that, they're sustaining the blocks too. I'm seeing guys get 6-7 yards downfield before there's even a hint of contact.
They'll run on first down. Patton. And he'll take it across the 50 and into Chief territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. Two minutes to play here in this first half of the NFL playoffs.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 4.
Up the middle they go. Ford. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though.
Hands it off out of the gun. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here.
12 yards that time, and a Pittsburgh first.
solid running there. And, CD, we hear so much about what it takes to win in the playoffs. Most people like to include having a strong running game in their assessment. And with this man in the backfield, this group has a strong running game without a doubt.
Oh, I absolutely agree with you there, because in terms of yardage, he's a top 5 running back in the league. And in terms of impact on a game, not many better than him. And when they're flowing and he's carrying the ball consistently, they're tough to beat.
Nice job there defensively to clamp down, because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
Let's get off the field. Mike's 50, Mike's 50. I'm coming for you. Mike 50, Mike 50.
On second down, here's Griffin. Gets it to Meredith, complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Griffin completes this one to Meredith. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Second down and 8.
Now it's Griffin. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. Now a field goal forthcoming for the Steelers. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is good. And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
So a long drive gets him down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
And with Mahomes under center, anything's possible. Watch out for the deep ball.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. Final shot before the half from Mahomes.
Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley.
Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We had 2 great games yesterday, and we're just getting started here. The first of 3 more on this Wild Card Sunday. We'll get back out to you 2 in just a moment.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
The Steeler offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But if they run it more effectively, they may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Oftentimes when you see a running back get bunched up in the backfield, it's usually because the defensive tackle is eating up blockers for others to make the play. Not in this case.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Griffin to throw. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. That catch moves him over 100 yards now for this wild card game. And a first down as well. Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ford, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
On 2nd down, Griffin. Being chased out left. Oh, he finds his running back open downfield. And he is brought down, but not before reaching the 30. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards.
A lot of running backs in the passing game, they're just used to check it down to them or maybe dump off passes. But this guy, they use him to stretch the field, don't they?
He stretched it right there, turned it into a really nice game. So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 30-yard line. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. Now Griffin on 1st down. Escaping the pressure right. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A very solid gain of 27.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Ford going to be stopped before he can get moving forward as he'll lose a couple back to the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. Again, they turn to Ford, and he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal.
When you look at the geography we're staring at, this part of the field, don't you always think of big backs carrying the football, bruisers trying to pound it in? Instead, we're looking at a little more of a scat back type, and he's trying to make it happen.
Yeah, they went with the elusive, and he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Punching it in from a yard away.
And the Steelers continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So here's the Chiefs offense ready for their first reps in half number 2. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs on 1st and 10 at their own 26. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Over the middle, complete. That's Rice. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down.
I tell you what, when you're down on the scoreboard, you've got to look to your stars, and that's what they do here to start the drive. I wouldn't be surprised if they looked his way a few more times in short order. That one, well designed, and it's a quick first down.
On first down, Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
That ground game contained again there, Charles, and that's really a big reason that they're trailing right now.
And give a lot of credit to that defensive front. That's exactly what they worked for all week, to try and take away the run game, make them one-dimensional. In the battle of game plans, theirs has been superior.
Mahomes firing complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a first down.
A throw over the middle taken in. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that's always a good place to throw it, just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Mahomes to throw once more. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 21. They only needed 1 yard on third down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on third and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
They work now on 2nd and 9.
Back to the ground, this time Cook.
Yeah, he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
One of the best in the NFL, in no small part because of his running ability. But on that play, didn't match to the defense at all. Nice stop for them, a feather in their cap for getting the sack and brought down one of the toughest guys to catch in the NFL.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe, and they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns. So as it turns out, that sack doesn't wind up costing them, Charles. They at least get points, get 3 of them.
Yeah, that's where your kicker can really come to your rescue because, you know, after the sack, there was a little consternation there. Are we out of field goal range? Are we going to be able to get 3? In this case, he stepped right up and gave them exactly what they needed.
The Steeler offense set to regain possession.
And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
50 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. 2nd down and a yard.
Play action. It's Griffin. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. That'll give him 60 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a 1st down.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. The handoff to Ford up the middle. And some room to maneuver.
And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22.
Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
Well, that last run for a 1st down, it really should be the last straw for the defense. I don't care how many they've had in the box. They need to add more people.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our 2nd half blowout material.
Up the middle they go. Patton. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Second and 9.
Now a handoff up the middle. It's Ford. And they'll get him down right about the 20. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st.
And that's why you see a lot of teams that like to play 4-3 defense, especially against teams that run the ball really well, because you count on your defensive front, the tackles and the ends, to eat up the blocking in the offensive line and keep that guy in the middle clean so he can roam to the football and make a tackle. In this case, he introduced himself and said, "Hello, my name is Mike."
On 3rd down, it's Patton.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A good gain there on 3rd and 8 of 7 yards, and now a decision here on 4th and 1. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will extend their lead even further.
Well, ultimately not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3 and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. They are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. They go over the middle, and it's complete to start the drive. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Here's 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Working from the gun, Mahomes. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. This duo locked in, 14 yards there, and a 1st down. Again, he'll drop to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Rice. Now 2nd and 3. From the gun, it's Mahomes. That one caught by Rice. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 31-yard line. Give them 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Now it's Mahomes again. And they finally get to him as he's taken down. It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the 1st down sack.
I don't know if he was just working through progressions or just unaware of the pressure, but no matter. Excellent work by the defense to get him to the ground before he could escape the pocket.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Looking to throw. A short one there to Freiermuth. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Chiefs tried it, but they're turned away on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Up the middle they go.
Patton. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38. The offense on third down, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Now Griffin.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 15-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. And now here comes Kansas City.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Mahomes now on 1st down.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 10 and a Kansas City 1st down.
Time running short here in the 4th quarter. You're down 3 scores. And I think you've got a defense here saying we just need to prevent the home run. So a good, smart offensive coordinator can use that as an advantage. And that's a nice throw there to pick up the 1st down.
Mahomes now on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
Well, so far, little to no resistance by the defense on this drive alone. 3 passes, 3 completions, 3 1st downs. They're taking it to them, and it's paying off.
And again, it's Mahomes. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Now here's Mahomes. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 3rd and long, it's Mahomes.
Oh, he's going to look downfield for Barkley.
Reaching up for it, and he's got it. A great play there. Finding a way to get the feet down.
And the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit.
Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
And he'll find his way in for 2, and we're back to a 2-score game. The lead's cut to 16. Well, it's still an uphill battle from here, that's for sure, but that makes it a 2-score game.
And now we see why teams practice so much on the 2-point conversion, why you have more than one play ready, because you may need multiples throughout a ball game. Here's a great example right there.
They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. Out comes the Steeler offense now, ready to see what they can do here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
This now a 3rd and 4.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground.
And he is going to have a Steeler 1st down. All smiles on that sideline. That should be the one to do it.
And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Second and 11 now.
They'll try the left side. Ford. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15. They go down to a knee, and that will do it. They are moving on here in the playoffs. Getting into the playoffs is one thing. Now they get to move on. Just 8 teams left.
The dream stays alive. Everyone's gunning for the Super Bowl. That's the ultimate. But you have to get there in incremental steps. One win today gets them one step closer.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com.
The Steelers earn the win at home as we say so long from Pittsburgh.